So making 100K a year feels amazing until you realize it's not enough. Last week, we talked about how to turn $0 into $100,000. Today, we're going to be talking about how to take $100,000 to $1 million. And so today, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint of how to do that. If you're making six figures, you already have the golden ticket, so let's use it right. I've worked with thousands of six-figure earners, and here's the catch. Income is probably only half of the problem, and debatably less than half the problem. It's what you do with the money that you have that turns you into a millionaire. So today I'm going to show you the 5 exact moves that you need to take your net worth from $100,000 to $1 million. This is no fluff. This is real stuff that actually works. So number 1 is save and invest aggressively. So 20% to 50% bare minimum. The reality is saving 10% is not going to cut it anymore. And I'm going to show you the difference of saving at different levels. Let's say that you have $100,000 take home pay and you save and invest for 25 years, assuming a 10% return. So at 10% savings rate, you would be saving $833 a month. At the end of that 25 years, you would have $1.3 million. However, in the same situation, if you save 30% of your income, you're going to have $3.9 million. And lastly, if you save 50% of your income, you're going to have $6.4 million. So income is obviously your tool, but how you use that tool is going to dictate your actual results. Number 2 is max out the right accounts. So quick order of operations, take your total income times 15%. And then secondly, take your total income times your actual savings rate, which we just talked about, 20 to 50%, somewhere in that ballpark. And what you want to do with the first 15% is put the first piece of this into the 401k match. The second piece is maxing out an IRA. And then the third piece is taking the remaining 15% of whatever was gobbled up in step 1 and 2 and put that into step 3, which is maxing out your 401k or up to whatever that 15% would allow you. And then anything over and above that 15% savings rate, I would take that next to the HSA as well as to the taxable brokerage account. The reality is tax efficiency equals a faster millionaire pace. Number 3 is automate everything. You're way too busy earning 6 figures to be moving money manually around every single day. You should be setting up your automatic investments, your automatic fixed expenses, and your automatic debt paydowns. This is going to remove emotion completely, allow you to hit the exact plan that you set out logically, and keep it very consistent. Number 4 is kill lifestyle creep early. Lifestyle inflation is the number one thing that kills people. And what my wife and I did was set the standard at 23. And then from 23 to 30, we kept the same living standard, but our income exponentially increased. So anything over and above actually went to investments. And then people wonder how we became financially free in our 30s. That's exactly how. And like I showed you earlier, the difference between somebody that earns $100,000 take home that saves 10% versus 50% is a large amount. We're talking $1.3 million versus $6.3 million. That is a difference of $5 million over a 25-year period. And that is the difference of that exact savings rate. So at $100,000 take home, you could live a pretty nice life and you could go get that nice fancy car, that nice new house, or you could stay lean, invest the difference, and become financially free at an early age. Flex your investments, not your expenses. That's exactly what we did. Number 5 is increase your income even more. 6 figures is the starting line, not the finish line. We can get promotions, we can do job hops, we can do side hustles, we can start our own businesses. We did all of that ourselves, my wife and I, when we were 23 to 30 years old, and we increased our income substantially. In 2017 alone, we made an extra $30,000 from simple side hustles throughout that given year. And that allowed us to pay off our student debt at a quick rate. So what's the timeline to $1 million? How fast can you actually get there? Well, here's a quick math breakdown. As you can see on the screen, $50,000 invested per year at 7% is $1 million in just 11 to 12 years. So we paced millionaire status in about 7.5 years, and we were putting about $5,500 away per month. That's roughly $66,000 per year. And so what I was saying is $50,000 invested per year at only 7% will get you in 11 to 12 years. We actually invested higher than that at a greater rate, which then reduced our number of years, which took us to about 7.5 years. And then $30,000 invested per year will get you there in 15 years. Again, the thing is, most of you make enough money. Most of you don't have a financial plan. And when I build financial roadmaps for my students using my national bestseller, The Roadmap to Financial Freedom, all of my students move at millionaire pace just in about the same amount of time as I did because they're all making 6 figures. No matter where you start, the most important thing is consistency over time. Your first million will be the hardest, but also the most transformative. This is a spiritual journey that you'll go on with making money. And most people are surprised by that, but those that are serious about taking it to the next level will experience this and dive full force. If you're serious about hitting $1 million net worth, share it with me in the comments below. And also check out in the show notes below of how to speed this journey up with with me. Myself, along with my team, have an exact blueprint with an exact process to get you there at a quicker rate. We've worked with over 2,000 students, and you can be the next person speeding this journey up. And also, if you want to speed this journey up, I have a video on how to optimize your investments in the show notes below to take you to the next level. So remember, becoming a millionaire should be pretty easy when you have a systematic plan. And I've done this over and over and over with so many people that I'm so consistent in my approach that I know that you could be the next person if you choose to be. But remember, that's something that you have to want. I can't force it upon you, nor do I really care to do so. I'm here to help if you want. You can go in the show notes below and you can start this process with me. But I want you to really, really want this next step. And I'm here for you if you need so. With that being said, I will see you next Monday.